Isabel slammed the door of her tiny Brooklyn apartment, her heart pounding like a war drum as tears streamed down her face. "How could they do this to me?" she whispered to the empty room, clutching the crumpled pink slip that ended her decade-long job as a janitor at Apex Tech. In that moment, the betrayal hit her like a freight train. Outed by a coworker she trusted, banned from the company holiday party, and now fired for simply loving who she loved. The winter of 2015 was brutally cold in New York City, the kind that seeped into your bones and made every breath a foggy reminder of isolation. Isabel Ramirez, a 32-year-old with calloused hands and a quiet strength honed from years of scrubbing floors and emptying trash bins, had always kept her personal life locked away like a secret diary. She worked the night shift at Apex Tech, a gleaming tech giant in Midtown Manhattan, where innovation buzzed like electricity and corporate ladders stretched endlessly upward. Her days blurred into nights, but she found solace in the rhythm of her routine, wiping down conference rooms where million-dollar deals were sealed, and occasionally catching glimpses of the high-powered executives who barely noticed her existence. That all changed one fateful December evening. Isabel had been dating Arabella Thompson in secret for 6 months. Arabella, a rising star in the marketing department, was everything Isabel wasn't. Polished, ambitious, with a laugh that could light up a room and auburn hair that cascaded like a waterfall. They met by accident. Arabella spilling coffee in the lobby late one night, Isabel mopping it up with a gentle smile. What started as casual chats evolved into stolen moments in empty offices, whispered confessions under the glow of city lights. "You're my safe harbor in this storm of a city," Arabella had said once, her fingers tracing Isabel's cheek. But secrets in a place like Apex had a way of unraveling. It began with a rumor, sparked by a nosy colleague who overheard a phone call. By the time it reached HR, it was twisted into something scandalous. Isabel was called into a sterile office, where a stern-faced manager informed her she was no longer welcome at the upcoming holiday party. "Company policy on inclusivity is clear," he said, avoiding her eyes, "but we've received complaints about discomfort." The word lesbian hung unspoken, heavy in the air. Isabel's world shattered. She pleaded, explained it was her private life, but the decision was final. Days later, the pink slip arrived. Redundancy due to restructuring. She knew better. It was discrimination wrapped in corporate jargon. Devastated, Isabel retreated to her apartment, the walls closing in. Arabella showed up that night, her eyes red from crying. "I can't believe they did this. I'll fight for you, Izzy. I'll go to HR myself." But fear crept in. Arabella was on the cusp of a promotion. Outing herself could derail everything. Their love, once a beacon, now felt like a liability. Arguments ensued. Isabel accusing Arabella of cowardice, Arabella begging for time. "I love you," Arabella whispered during one heated night, "but I need to protect us both." Isabel, heartbroken, pushed her away. "If you can't stand by me now, then what are we even doing?" As weeks turned to months, Isabel spiraled. Job hunts yielded nothing. Her resume screamed janitor, and the sting of rejection echoed the one from Apex. She took odd jobs, cleaning apartments, walking dogs to survive. Loneliness gnawed at her, but memories of Arabella lingered like ghosts. One rainy afternoon, scrolling through social media, she saw Arabella's post. A promotion announcement. Smiling in a group photo at the very party Isabel was banned from. The betrayal cut deep. How could she move on so easily? Isabel muttered, deleting her account to escape the pain. Yet amid the despair, a spark ignited. Isabel enrolled in night classes at a community college, studying business administration. "If they think I'm just a janitor," she told her reflection, "I'll prove them wrong." Her determination grew, fueled by the injustice. She volunteered at LGBTQ+ centers, sharing her story in support groups, finding a community that embraced her fully. "Your pain can be your power," a mentor said, and Isabel clung to those words. By 2017, Isabel had graduated with honors. She started a small cleaning service, targeting eco-friendly practices that appealed to progressive businesses. Word spread. Clients raved about her reliability and warmth. Arabella, meanwhile, climbed the ranks at Apex, but the guilt weighed on her. She dated others superficially, but none compared to Isabel's quiet intensity. Late nights she'd stare at old photos, wondering if she made the right choice. The turning point came in 2019. Isabel's business boomed, rebranding as Pristine Pathways, a nod to clearing obstacles in life and workspaces. She hired a diverse team, including many from marginalized communities, emphasizing inclusivity. Apex, ironically, faced a lawsuit from former employees alleging discrimination, a case that made headlines. Isabel followed it closely, her heart racing at the familiarity. One evening, as Isabel prepared for a networking event, her phone buzzed. It was Arabella. I saw your company's feature in the Times. I'm proud of you. Can we talk? Isabel hesitated, old wounds reopening but curiosity won. They met at a quiet cafe in Brooklyn, the air thick with unspoken regrets. You look amazing, Arabella said, her voice trembling. Isabel nodded, guarded. Why now, Bella? Arabella confessed. The promotion felt hollow without Isabel. She'd come out at work, advocating for change amid the lawsuit. I was scared back then. I betrayed you. I'm sorry. Tears flowed as they talked for hours, rekindling embers of their love. But trust was fractured. Isabel needed time. As the conversation ended, Isabel felt a mix of hope and caution. Little did she know, this reunion would set the stage for a dramatic return to her past. The years blurred into a tapestry of growth and quiet victories for Isabel. By 2022, Pristine Pathways had expanded into a mid-sized enterprise, servicing major corporations across the East Coast. Isabel's story became inspirational fodder for podcasts and articles. The janitor who rose from ashes of discrimination to build an empire rooted in equality. She spoke at conferences, her voice steady as she recounted her firing from Apex. They saw me as disposable, she'd say, but I turned that into my drive. Arabella, now a senior executive at Apex, watched from afar with a mix of pride and longing. Their reunion had sparked sporadic meetings, coffee dates turning into dinners, laughter easing old pains. I've changed, Arabella insisted one night over wine in Isabel's loft. The lawsuit opened my eyes. I pushed for diversity training, pride events. Isabel softened, but shadows of betrayal lingered. Actions speak louder, Bella. Show me. Tension simmered beneath their rekindled romance. Arabella's world was still corporate, polished. Isabel's was gritty, entrepreneurial. Conflicts arose. Arabella canceling plans for work emergencies. Isabel feeling secondary again. One explosive argument erupted when Arabella suggested Isabel bid on Apex's cleaning contract. It could be closure, she said. Isabel recoiled. Closure? Or you using me to assuage your guilt? The words hung heavy, leading to a temporary split. Meanwhile, Apex grappled with internal drama. The lawsuit settled out of court, but whispers of toxicity persisted. CEO Harlan Grant, a relic of old-school business, resisted change, clashing with progressive voices like Arabella. She found herself in the crosshairs, advocating for inclusive policies that threatened the status quo. We're losing talent, she argued in board meetings. People like Isabel, brilliant, overlooked because of who they are. Isabel, undeterred, focused on her business. She mentored young LGBTQ+ entrepreneurs, hosting workshops in her Brooklyn headquarters. One mentee, a trans woman named Jamie, reminded her of her younger self. You're proof we can thrive, Jamie said. Isabel smiled, but inside, unresolved feelings for Arabella tugged at her. The high drama unfolded in 2024. Apex announced a massive rebranding, hosting a gala to unveil their inclusive future. Invitations went out, but irony struck when Isabel received one, not as a guest but as a potential vendor. Arabella had pulled strings, hoping to bridge the gap. Come back on your terms, her note read. Isabel debated, her heart warring with pride. She decided to attend, but with a plan. Dressed in a tailored suit that screamed success, Isabel arrived at the opulent venue in Manhattan. Whispers rippled as former colleagues recognized her. Is that the janitor? One sneered. Harlan Grant, spotting her, approached with feigned warmth. Ms. Ramirez, what a surprise. Applying for your old job. Isabel's eyes met Arabella's across the room, a silent understanding passing. No, Mr. Grant. I'm here to offer mine. She unveiled her proposal. Pristine Pathways would handle Apex's facilities, but only if they committed to audited diversity initiatives. The room buzzed. Arabella beamed with support. But betrayal reared its head. A jealous executive, Mark, the one who outed Isabel years ago, leaked damaging rumors about her business practices, twisting facts to sabotage the deal. Emails surfaced, accusing Isabel of unethical bidding. Panic ensued. Isabel's reputation teetered. Arabella confronted Mark. "This ends now," she demanded. In a heated exchange, Mark revealed his motive: resentment over Arabella's rise, fueled by homophobia. "You two think you can waltz in and change everything?" Arabella, furious, recorded the confession and reported it to HR. The fallout was swift. Mark was fired, but the damage lingered. In the chaos, Isabel and Arabella's bond deepened. Late that night, in a quiet park overlooking the Hudson, Arabella confessed fully. "I should have stood by you back then. I was weak." Isabel, tears in her eyes, forgave her. "We've both grown. Let's build something real." The gala's climax came when Isabel took the stage uninvited, invited by a sympathetic board member. "Years ago, I was banned from your party for being myself," she began, her voice echoing. The audience hushed. "Today I return not for revenge but redemption, for all of us overlooked." Applause erupted, but not without resistance. Harlan stormed out, signaling fractures in Apex's leadership. As the night ended, Isabel and Arabella shared a dance, the city lights twinkling like stars of possibility. Yet, challenges loomed: corporate politics, personal doubts. Their love, tested by fire, emerged stronger, but the path ahead promised more drama. The aftermath of the gala rippled through Apex like aftershocks from an earthquake. Isabel's bold speech went viral on social media, hashtags like Janitor Justice trending overnight. Pristine Pathways saw a surge in inquiries, but so did the scrutiny. Competitors dug for dirt, unearthing minor past infractions exaggerated into scandals. Isabel faced interviews, her poise masking the exhaustion. "This isn't just my story," she told a reporter. "It's about every person silenced in the workplace." Arabella, elevated by her role in exposing Mark, became a key figure in Apex's reform. She led diversity committees, implementing policies she'd long championed. But power brought isolation. Colleagues viewed her with suspicion, whispering about favoritism toward Isabel. "Is this business or a love affair?" one sniped. Arabella brushed it off, but doubt crept in. Was her advocacy genuine, or atonement? Their relationship navigated turbulent waters. Weekends in the Hamptons offered respite. Walks on beaches where waves whispered secrets, hands intertwined. "I never stopped loving you," Arabella murmured one sunset. Isabel, vulnerable, admitted, "Me neither." But trust takes time. They rebuilt slowly, sharing dreams. Isabel expanding nationwide, Arabella perhaps leaving Apex for something meaningful. Conflict escalated when Harlan Grant retaliated. Bitter from the gala humiliation, he orchestrated a board vote to reject Isabel's contract, citing conflicts of interest due to her relationship with Arabella. The news hit like a gut punch. Arabella was blindsided in a meeting. "This is personal," she argued. Harlan smirked. "Business is always personal." Devastated, Arabella confided in Isabel over dinner in their favorite Italian spot in Little Italy. "He's punishing us both." Isabel, ever resilient, saw opportunity. "Then let's fight smarter. Start our own venture. Combine your marketing genius with my operations." The idea sparked excitement, but fear held Arabella back. Quitting meant risking stability. Staying meant complicity. Betrayal struck from an unexpected quarter. A close friend of Arabella's, Sarah from marketing, leaked internal emails to the press, one showing Arabella's initial hesitation years ago to support Isabel publicly. Sarah's motive? Jealousy over Arabella's promotion. Headlines screamed, "Apex XX hypocrisy and diversity push." Arabella crumbled, the public shaming echoing Isabel's past pain. Isabel rushed to her side in their shared apartment, a cozy space in Greenwich Village they'd recently moved into. "Bella, talk to me." Arabella sobbed. "I thought I was better. But I'm still that coward." Isabel held her, whispering assurances. "We're human. We mess up, we learn." In that raw moment, their love deepened, forged in shared vulnerability. The scandal forced Apex's hand. Harlan was ousted in a board coup, replaced by a progressive leader. Arabella, vindicated but weary, resigned. Time for a new chapter, she told Isabel. Together they launched EquiClean, a joint venture blending cleaning services with corporate consulting on inclusivity. The launch event in 2025 drew crowds, Isabel and Arabella standing side by side, symbols of resilience. Yet, high emotions peaked during a family visit. Isabel's conservative parents, long estranged due to her sexuality, reached out. A tense dinner in Queens revealed layers of pain. Her mother's tears over lost years, her father's gruff apology. Arabella's presence softened the edges, her charm bridging gaps. Family isn't perfect, Isabel reflected later, but forgiveness heals. As EquiClean flourished, personal highs mingled with lows. Arabella faced health scares, a routine check revealing stress-related issues. Isabel nursed her through it, their bond unbreakable. "You saved me once," Arabella said weakly. "Now it's my turn to lean on you." By mid-2025, the company secured major contracts, including ironically poaching Apex's business under the new regime. Isabel's return to her former workplace was poetic, not as janitor but CEO. Employees applauded as she toured the floors, sharing stories of growth. The emotional core came during Pride Month. Isabel and Arabella marched in the New York parade, flags waving, surrounded by their team. "This is for everyone who felt invisible," Isabel shouted. Arabella, beaming, kissed her cheek. But beneath the joy a subtle tension. Whispers of a rival firm headhunting Arabella. The drama culminated in a heated discussion. "It's a huge offer," Arabella admitted. Isabel felt the sting of potential abandonment. After everything? Tears flowed, echoes of past betrayals. Arabella chose love over ambition. "You're my home. We're in this together." Their story, rich with drama and heart, inspired many. As they stood on their balcony, city skyline aglow, Isabel whispered, "We've come so far." Arabella nodded. "And we'll go further." Success brought its own set of trials for Isabel and Arabella. EquiClean's rapid growth meant long hours, travel, and the pressure of maintaining their vision. Isabel thrived in operations, her hands-on approach earning loyalty from employees. Arabella excelled in client relations, her charisma sealing deals. But the demands strained their relationship. Missed anniversaries, exhausted evenings, collapsing into bed without words. A major conflict arose in late 2025. A high-profile client, a conservative firm, demanded they tone down their LGBTQ+ advocacy. "It's bad for our image," the exec said bluntly. Arabella, pragmatic, suggested compromise. "We can adjust marketing subtly." Isabel exploded. "That's selling out. Everything we've built is about authenticity." The argument escalated, old insecurities surfacing. "You're still afraid of rocking the boat," Isabel accused. Arabella retorted. "And you're too rigid. We need to survive." The rift widened. Arabella stayed with a friend for a week, the silence deafening. Isabel threw herself into work, but loneliness amplified her doubts. A call from her mentor at the LGBTQ+ center grounded her. "Love isn't easy, but it's worth fighting for." Inspired, Isabel planned a surprise. A weekend getaway to the Catskills, where they could reconnect. The trip was magical, hiking trails dappled in fall colors, cozy fireside talks. "I was wrong," Arabella admitted. "Our values come first." Isabel nodded. "And I need to listen more." They renewed their commitment, emerging stronger. Back in the city, drama intensified with external threats. A former Apex colleague, bitter from the shakeup, launched a smear campaign online, accusing EquiClean of favoritism and fraud. Anonymous posts flooded forums, twisting facts. Sales dipped. Investors wavered. Isabel and Arabella rallied their team, holding town halls. "Transparency is our shield," Isabel declared. Arabella uncovered the culprit. Harlan Grant, pulling strings from retirement. Confronting him via a tense video call, she laid bare the consequences. "This pettiness ends or we sue." Harlan backed down, but the damage required repair. In the process, their partnership shone. Isabel's resilience complementing Arabella's strategy. Personal emotions peaked during the holidays. Arabella proposed adopting a rescue dog, symbolizing their family. Let's make this home complete, she said. The pup, a scruffy mutt named Hope, brought joy, easing stresses. But deeper conversations revealed Arabella's desire for children. Someday, she asked tentatively. Isabel, hesitant from her own fractured family, warmed to the idea. With you, anything's possible. The new year of 2026 brought a pivotal opportunity. A national award for inclusive businesses. EquiClean was nominated, with Isabel slated to speak. Nerves frayed as the event approached. Held at a grand hall in Washington, D.C., Arabella supported her tirelessly, rehearsing speeches. The night arrived, glamour mingling with tension. Isabel's address was poignant. From being banned for my love to building a company that celebrates it. This is America's promise of second chances. The crowd erupted, awards followed. But backstage, a surprise. Arabella on one knee, ring in hand. Marry me, Izzy. Let's make our story eternal. Tears of joy flowed. Yes, Isabel whispered. The proposal, captured by media, became a beacon of hope. Yet not all was idyllic. Post-engagement, family dynamics tested them. Arabella's affluent parents, initially distant, hosted a dinner. Subtle judgments surfaced about Isabel's humble roots. She's come far, Arabella defended fiercely. Isabel held her ground, sharing her journey. By evening's end, tentative acceptance bloomed. Corporate intrigue returned when a merger offer arrived from a megafirm. Tempting financially, it risked diluting their mission. Debates raged. Isabel favored independence, Arabella saw growth potential. We can influence more, she argued. Compromise won. They declined, focusing on organic expansion. Through it all, their love provided anchor. Quiet moments, cooking together, dancing in the kitchen nurtured the romance. You're my everything, Isabel said one starry night. Arabella smiled. And you're my strength. As EquiClean stabilized, they planned their wedding. Intimate, on a Hudson River cruise, surrounded by loved ones. Invitations extended to former foes. A gesture of forgiveness. Mark, reformed after therapy, RSVP'd with apologies. Harlan declined, but the act symbolized closure. The story's humanism shone in community impact. EquiClean launched scholarships for LGBTQ+ youth. Isabel mentoring personally. Pay it forward, she urged. Arabella volunteered at shelters, her empathy deepened by experience. In reflection, their journey, from betrayal to triumph, embodied resilience. Love tested by drama emerged profound. The wedding day dawned crisp and bright in June 2026, the Hudson River sparkling under a benevolent sun. Isabel, in a simple white gown, paced the deck of the chartered yacht, nerves buzzing. Arabella, radiant in ivory, stole a moment alone with her. Ready to make history, she teased. Isabel laughed. With you? Always. The ceremony was heartfelt, vows exchanged amid tears and cheers. You taught me courage, Isabel said. You showed me grace, Arabella replied. Rings slipped on, sealing their union. Guests, from EquiClean staff to old friends, celebrated, toasts echoing themes of love's victory over adversity. Post-honeymoon in Napa Valley, reality resumed with renewed vigor. EquiClean expanded westward, opening offices in San Francisco. Challenges persisted, market fluctuations, competitor sabotage, but their united front prevailed. Teamwork makes the dream work, Isabel quipped during strategy sessions. Emotional depths were plumbed when Isabel's parents visited the new home. Awkward at first, bonds strengthened over shared meals. I'm proud of you, her father admitted gruffly. Her mother hugged Arabella. Welcome to the family. Healing rippled outward, mending generational wounds. Drama resurfaced mid-year with a whistleblower at a client firm exposing discrimination. EquiClean was implicated peripherally, forcing a PR crisis. Arabella handled media masterfully, while Isabel ensured internal integrity. We lead by example, they affirmed. The resolution bolstered their reputation, turning scandal into advocacy. Personal milestones added layers. Hope the dog became a therapy animal, visiting LGBTQ+ centers. Arabella's health improved with balanced life. Isabel pursued a memoir, chronicling their saga. For those still in the shadows, she wrote. A poignant twist came at the Apex anniversary party. invited as honored guests. Walking those familiar halls, Isabel felt surreal. Former colleagues approached, some apologetic. "You changed us," one said. Harlan, in attendance, reluctantly nodded curtly. Closure felt complete. Their love story, now public lore, inspired a documentary. Filming unearthed raw emotions, reliving the banning, the betrayal. "It hurt," Arabella shared on camera. "But it made us unbreakable," Isabel added. Humanity lies in empathy, in rising together. As 2026 waned, they hosted a holiday gathering, blending families and friends. Laughter filled the air. A far cry from Isabel's lonely firing years ago. Toasts raised to resilience, to love's enduring power. In quiet reflection, Isabel and Arabella sat by the fire. "From janitor to this," Isabel mused. Arabella kissed her. "From fear to forever." The tale ended not in fairy tale perfection, but humanistic truth. Life weaves drama and joy, betrayal and forgiveness. Theirs was a testament to growth, a reminder that love, in all forms, can transform worlds. In America's melting pot, their story stood as a beacon, proof that from ashes of injustice, profound beauty can bloom.